Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. On Wednesday, the Kremlin said investigators were considering the possibility that the plane carrying mercenary chief Yevgeny Prigozhin was downed on purpose. According to Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov, investigators haven't determined an official cause yet, but different versions of what happened are being considered. Peskov told reporters during a daily conference call that among the possible causes are, quote, "Let's put it this way, deliberate wrongdoing," end quote. The crash was immediately met with speculation as it happened exactly 2 months after Prigozhin mounted an armed march towards Moscow to protest Russia's military leadership. The incident was seen as the largest armed rebellion against President Putin's authority in his 23-year rule. Wildfires in northern Greece have become the biggest observed in Europe this century. Fires in the Evros region near Greece's border with Turkey have been raging for almost 2 weeks. At least 21 people have been killed, including a group of 18 migrants who were trapped by forest flames last week. Another summer of drought and temperature records has turned much of the Mediterranean region into a hotspot for fires. Italy, France, and Spain have also faced serious wildfires throughout the months of July and August. According to the National Observatory, the number of major wildfires in Greece this year is below the average of the previous 2 decades, but the area burned, nearly 600 square miles, an area larger than New York City, is almost triple the average in that period. Over the weekend, 90 years after its first modern supposed sighting, Loch Ness Monster enthusiasts gathered at the lake in the Scottish Highlands in hopes of turning myth into reality. Organizers coined the weekend's events as the largest organized Nessie hunt in 50 years. Hunters came armed with high-tech help, including sonars for mapping the lake bed, thermal imaging drones for scanning the surface, and hydrophones to hear strange sounds from the depths. The events were even open to the global public as hundreds of people were invited to a live stream of the water's surface in order to add more eyes to the search. Alan McKenna, the head of the Loch Ness exploration, said, quote, "It's about inspiration. For very selfish reasons, I don't want the Loch Ness mystery or interest in Loch Ness itself to diminish in any way whatsoever at all," end quote. According to recent federal data, COVID-19 levels are trending up in the United States. Data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention show that COVID-19 hospitalizations have been on the rise since early July. And in the first week of August, more than 10,000 people were hospitalized with COVID-19. That's a 60% increase over the course of a month, including a 14% bump in the most recent week. Weekly COVID-19 hospitalizations are still about a quarter of what they were at this time last year and lower than what they were for about 90% of the pandemic. According to the CDC, less than a third of the population is up to date on their COVID-19 vaccines in all but 3 states, Maine, Massachusetts, and Vermont. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Did you know your teenager's brain is more likely to get addicted to nicotine than yours? The tobacco and vaping industries do. They target teens with their products and try to cover up the fact that there's nicotine in them. Talk with your kids about the real dangers of vaping.
Welcome back. Zon Living has withdrawn a zoning change request that would allow the developer to build apartments on a corner of the South Shore Plaza property. The decision came after the 3-2 planning board vote on August 8th, where the board did not recommend the planned zoning change for the project. Project plans were already downsized twice since the original proposal in January, first to 400 units in 2 buildings and then to a single 4-story building with 290 market rate apartments. The age 55 and older units were eliminated in the final proposal. Jim Dunlop, managing director for Zom Living, said the $100 million development would have increased the town's tax revenue and created more housing options, but the plans faced opposition from residents led by the North Braintree Civic Association, which labeled the proposal a monster development. During a hearing for the proposal, Dunlop said, quote, "We remain grateful to the Braintree community, the planning board, and the town council, especially those who recognize the value of this project and supported us through the process," end quote. The new Braintree police chief was officially sworn in on Friday. Here's more about the ceremony from Sarah Hamilton.
Braintree Police Chief Timothy Cahoon was officially sworn in during a ceremony on Friday. The ceremony took place at Town Hall with many people in attendance, including Mayor Kokoris, former Sheriff Mike Bellotti, Councillor Flaherty, Senators Timilty and Keenan, as well as some of the Braintree Police Department. Mayor Charles Kokoris was the first to speak during the ceremony, as he was the one who appointed Cahoon to chief. Kokoris said many kind words regarding the new chief and talked a bit about their past together. He continued to say he watched Cahoon rise up to the occasion multiple times and that he, quote, "couldn't be more proud to have someone with such integrity, strength, and leadership." Kokoris finished his speech by thanking Chief Cahoon for his many years of hard work. After finishing his speech, the mayor officially swore in Timothy Cahoon as police chief, which was followed by Cahoon's daughters pinning his new badge on him. Cahoon went on to speak about his experiences in Braintree, saying, quote, "For the last 27 years, I've spent the majority of my life in public service, all of it being in the town of Braintree. All of us at the Braintree Police Department are invested in keeping this place safe and secure. We love this town," end quote. He went on to share his experiences on the job and finished his speech by thanking everyone once again. A long round of applause followed Chief Cahoon's speech and concluded the ceremony.
Thanks, Sarah. More in Braintree news, the Board of Appeals granted variances for a proposed restaurant and function hall at the former Dunkin' Donuts University on Granite Street. Leo Kika, owner of Alba Restaurants in Quincy and Hanover, is planning to open a restaurant named Scutari, which would feature Northern Italian cuisine. The function hall would hold space for 200 to 210 people. Kika filed an appeal with the board to add 37 parking spaces needed to meet town requirements for the restaurant and function hall. The board voted unanimously on August 28th to grant the variances. Thayer Public Library is hosting an event for authors who are interested in publishing a book. On Saturday, September 23rd at 10:30 a.m., the Becoming a Self-Published Indie Author event panel will kick off in Logan Auditorium on the upper level of the library. Authors Dale Phillips, Willie Weidman Pleasance, and Mary Beth McCarthy will talk about their area of expertise and how to prepare, publish, and promote your work. If you can't make it to the event in person but want to participate, you can join the panel via Zoom. Just email Lori Kavanaugh at lkavanaugh@braintreema.gov for the link. This September, the town of Braintree wants to remind residents of some recycling options coming up this month. For residents' convenience, textile donation containers are now located in every schoolyard and the recycling center. So save room in your trash cart by donating at one of those locations today. For appliances, mattress, box springs, and furniture collection, call Capital Waste a few days prior to your trash day. To schedule, just call 617-569-1718 and leave a message stating what items are going to be collected, along with a complete address, phone, and regular collection day. For construction materials, pallets, stairs, fencing, toilets, doors, and windows must be disposed of by the contractor or a private construction disposal company. Habitat for Humanity takes reusable items at no charge. Even though the summer is winding down, it's important to keep protecting yourself from West Nile virus and Triple E that can be transmitted through mosquito bites. A few things to help you fight mosquito bites include using repellent containing DEET whenever you're outside, covering up with long sleeves and pants, avoiding spending time outdoors between dusk and dawn, removing standing water so mosquitoes don't breed, and fixing any holes in your screens or windows. Thanks for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
Take steps to keep yourself and your family safe from ticks and the illnesses they can cause. Use EPA-approved tick repellents on your skin and clothes. Read and follow the directions. Wear light-colored clothing to make it easier to spot a crawling tick. Check for ticks on yourself, your kids, and your pets anytime you've been outdoors. Some tick bites can make you sick, but finding and removing a tick properly makes it less likely. Call your doctor if you start to feel ill or notice a rash near the bite. Play it safe when you're outdoors.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. On August 30th, the Scituate Animal Shelter hosted its 8th annual Dine Out for Cats and Dogs. Formerly homeless dogs who have been happily adopted were stationed to greet diners at each restaurant. Restaurants in Hull, Cohasset, and Scituate have made significant donations to the animal shelter to help care for and find homes for cats, dogs, rabbits, and other animals. Lacey Good, communications director for the organization, said the money raised allows the organization to provide food and veterinary care for the animals. The shelter adopts an average of 550 cats, dogs, and rabbits a year. The shelter does not receive any state or federal funding and relies 100% on donations. Peaceful Meadows will continue its legacy as an ice cream stand and dairy shop, but now under the ownership of John Hornstra of Hornstra Farms in Norwell. Hornstra was the highest bidder at $1.75 million during a much-anticipated auction that was held Tuesday, August 29th. The property includes the ice cream stand, a dairy processing building, a retail store and offices, 55 acres of farmland, and a 4-bedroom 19th century farmhouse. A 10% fee for the auction company brought the total sale price to $1.9 million. The 2-family home and single-family home across the street from the property were also auctioned off to another buyer for $808,500. Combined, all 4 lots were auctioned off for a total of $2.77 million. On Thursday, Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey visited Mass Bay Community College to celebrate the launch of a new program that makes community college free for residents over the age of 25. The new program will be called Mass Reconnect and was signed into law earlier this month. Each of the state's 15 community colleges will receive $100,000 to help launch the program. To qualify, students who have not previously earned a college degree need to enroll in at least 6 credits per semester in an approved program of study leading toward an associate degree or certificate and complete the free application for student aid. According to the governor's office, Mass Reconnect is expected to support between 6,500 and 8,000 students during the first year and up to 10,000 during the second year. The ongoing closures at the MBTA will continue this fall. MBTA officials are planning to close a part of the Red Line for more than 2 weeks during October to expedite critical track work on one of the Boston area rail system's oldest stretches of track. General Manager Philip Eng announced the plans are to close the Red Line's Ashmont branch and the entire Mattapan line for 16 days, starting on October 14th. The MBTA GM said allowing crews to work around the clock will help them accomplish 6 months' worth of track work. The project would alleviate 28 speed restrictions that currently limit train speeds on those parts of the track system. Eng said the plan is modeled after a recent 12-day closure of the Green Line's B branch. Cranberry growers in Massachusetts say that this year, some unseasonably cool spring evenings, coupled with a rainy July, will likely lead to a small decline in this year's cranberry harvest. Executive Director Brian Wick said, quote, "Massachusetts is the founder of the cultivation of cranberries, initiated on Cape Cod in 1816, serving as the second largest cranberry growing region in the country." End quote. The Commonwealth produces approximately 23% of the annual national crop. Wisconsin is the top cranberry producer in the country, accounting for more than half of the nation's total output. Massachusetts is home to 30% of all North American cranberry acreage, and according to the Farm Credit East Knowledge Exchange report, provides nearly 6,400 jobs and a total economic benefit of over $1.7 billion to the Massachusetts economy. For more information, contact the Cape Cod Cranberry Growers Association by calling 508-866-7878 or visit cranberries.org. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
Attention! Attention!
What's going on?
It's summer reading time!
Woohoo!
Build it!
Create it!
Unleash it! Express it!
Free it!
Find your voice this summer at your library with reading programs for children, teens, and adults.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Today in entertainment, we have 3 movie recommendations for you to watch. First up in entertainment, Strays focuses on Reggie, a naive but lovable dog who was abandoned on the city streets by his owner, Doug. Reggie falls in fast with a talking, foul-mouthed Boston Terrier and his gang of strays. Determined to seek revenge, Reggie and his new canine pals embark on an epic adventure to get him home and make Doug pay for his deed. The film stars Will Ferrell as Reggie and Jamie Foxx as Bug. You can watch Strays now only in theaters. Next up in entertainment, Blue Beetle focuses on Jamie Reyes, who suddenly finds himself in possession of an ancient relic of alien biotechnology called the Scarab. When the Scarab chooses Jamie to be its symbiotic host, he's bestowed with an incredible suit of armor that's capable of extraordinary and unpredictable powers, forever changing his destiny as he becomes the superhero Blue Beetle. You can watch Blue Beetle now only in theaters. Finally, in entertainment, You Were So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah focuses on best friends Stacy and Lydia, who've always dreamed about having an epic bat mitzvah. However, things start to go comically awry when a popular boy and middle school drama threatens their friendship and their rite of passage. The film stars Adam Sandler and his daughter Sadie. You can watch You Were So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah now only on Netflix. That'll do it for news today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.